Ed, Casey, and Baliko, right?
Yes, sir. Baliko, yes, sir.
Okay, so tell us. We're here at the Hollywood Comedy. I love the initials or the acronym. You know, yeah, definitely the right vibe here. Yes, the star. Yeah, it's Jiaoying's.
Highly educated comedian.
No, I'm trying.
Highly educated. Okay.
2 master's degree.
Wow.
Fancy.
I can see. That's why he buttons his top button. Yeah. He's really. Yeah, that's legit. Only educated people do that.
Yeah. Because they have a discipline to do it. And we have to like audit our.
Yes.
And this is gonna die.
Yeah.
This one.
This is Pugsley is definitely loving on Casey right now.
Take a video
I have
of
no
Casey.
Yeah. But Casey apparently does comedy, I think, right?
Casey does comedy.
Yeah, he does comedy. And I think you do too, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I tried just a little bit. I tried just a little
Yeah.
bit.
Jiaoying too. She dabbles in it, you know.
Eat dogs, come on.
Yeah.
You can't say that. That's hilarious. I don't eat dog.
Don't be
Yeah. So I would love to hear, you know, we got a great show that I'm excited that I will be enjoying pretty soon. What can I expect? And are you going to be one of the acts, Baliko?
Yes, I will be one of the acts. I'll tell you what you will expect. You're going to expect, first of all, great comedy. You're going to have fun. But then you're going to see, like, great up-and-comers that are going to be, like, stars tomorrow. One thing that's great about, like, Hollywood comedy, and that's, like, due to KC and, of course, the owner, Jiaoying, is, like, the environment here. Like, we get a lot of comics here that are, like, building and working on their craft here that feel like, actually not even feel, but you can see them growing. Because when I see comics that started here or come here frequently and they go to other comedy spots, they stand out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wonderful. And what is it that makes them stand out?
I think it's just the confidence. Like, we try to instill people's confidence here, right?
Yeah.
So it's just like, I know one thing he does, one thing I do, one thing Jiaoying does is like, whenever, like, just for example, the mic, we'll tell the people like, hey, do your time, work on your material, keep working on it. You know what I mean? I saw a tag, do you need help? And when comics feel like they can grow, they'll grow, you know?
Yeah.
You know, and that's anything in any.
I was telling Jiaoying I got to experience that earlier with Ray. I think, you know, when I got to hear 2 of his sets.
Yeah.
And I got to see, you know, once that confidence built, he was just on fire. It was amazing. So, yeah, I'm excited to hear that. And I know here is very busy. It's a little different from Pasadena, where we're just at. Much more urban environment here, and you get lots of foot traffic. Casey was telling me there's a lot of walk-ups, and, you know, and I guess we saw one of the comedians, is it Steven? That just came in, and, you know, I got to see the back end. He's selling out the place. I mean, that's pretty cool. You know, tell us a little bit about, you know, kind of the talent and what's, you know, how this is an experience for, you know, people looking for something to do, even on a, Wednesday night or a Monday night?
It's literally every night. We have people coming in here all the time. I do a lot of comedy myself. I know a lot of people. I'm telling them, come hang out. This is a place to come hang out and work. You can just spend a couple hours practicing jokes, listening to people, and it's always good. Even our young people are learning from that. That's why so many people want to come. You never know who's going to be here.
Like I was saying earlier, it's kind of a guild atmosphere. You nurture and help each other up. And, you know, however hard you work is what gets you further. So it's really, really great to see this nurturing atmosphere. So personally, Baliko, tell me a little bit about your brand of comedy and what makes you different.
Well, where do we start? So I grew up in LA, but my family history or heritage, I'm from the Congo. So I'm African. I have 2 master's degrees in science. Didn't go to medical school. I'm a failure to my family because I'm not a medical doctor, right? Or
that sounds very Asian.
It sounds very forward, right? You know
it sounds very Chinese.
Right.
Are you sure you're not?
That's what we get at. You're like, oh goodness, you're a failure too.
Yeah.
So that's probably like the brand, and then I guess make it to another aspect is like I love sports, so I'll talk about like sports I like, you know, relationships, but like I like to talk about like my family and like how, you know, because you know being foreign you have like a 3 type of like dichotomy where it's like one you're black, white, but then being foreign that adds a whole nother like layer.
Right.
It's a whole other thing because like
the immigrant thing.
Yeah, so like I can relate to an immigrant, but then I was like, oh, I'm black, but then there's like the white. It's like it's a whole thing. So I try to like talk about that on stage.
That's so
Yeah.
unique.
And she lets us because like this environment.
Come on, yeah.
No, honestly,
And she can relate too.
Yeah.
We're
But
all.
But honestly, and I know Casey can say this because of her plan and her vision of like
Yeah.
helping comics and having a community. I've made like so many strides in that expression in my art. Right, like you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a transformational leader.
Yeah.
And you see how Hideko took over. He's so confident and how he helps all the other comedians and bringing this environment to them because the environment is everything. You have to feel safe.
Yeah.
You have to feel like you are not judged. You are loved and supported. That's what I see in him. And when he started hosting and ran the place with me, and he's just making comedians feel really, really great. And also he's giving the tools of hosting to our other hosts so when we have problems. So they he's also going to do a hosting class.
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. So
To
we're
help.
so we're gonna start I think either a 4 or 5 week class to teach like hosting. And to help like other hosts because it's not only just hosting comedy like open mics, hosting shows. There's also other hosting events. Like I'm hosting a conference. You know, we don't even really think about it, but when there's a lot of big events, like they use comedians to host.
You got
So it's like
comedians.
Being a professional talker.
Yeah, right. Professional talker,
Yeah.
right?
Basically, you're emceeing.
Yeah.
And you have to keep the show. You're the glue that holds the. I MC events all the time, so
Right.
I know you're the glue that holds everything
Have that
together.
energy.
Weddings, you know what I'm saying? There's
Right.
so much. It's funny, we only think about like stand-up comedy, but there's so many other things that as a comedian.
Yeah.
You know.
I love it. It's such an art form, and I think Jiaoying really, with her 2 locations, has really nurtured and paid tribute to that art form, and really focused on the growth process of becoming a comedian. I learned a lot today.
Yeah.
I mean, the hosting part was even interesting to me. I'm like, oh yeah, there needs to be someone that introduces the comedians, gets them on, brings out the best in them.
Right.
Sets them up perfectly for them to hit the home run. They're like a pitcher, basically.
It's teamwork. It's funny because
Right.
that's one of the things. It's teamwork.
Yeah. That's great. Okay, so I'm looking forward to the show.
Yes.
Well, Casey, tell us a little bit about your background as well, because you're the guy that's actually here all day long,
Yes.
and you are the security, you are the host,
Everything.
you are like
It's everything.
jack of all, master of all trades. So tell us a little bit about that experience and kind of also your brand of humor. I know there's a lot of THC humor, right?
I'm from Ventura, California originally. I came out here 2 years ago, lived in my car, started comedy. It was what I was doing. I didn't have a job, I had very little money saved up, but I wanted to do comedy. So I got into that very hard. I started getting booked on shows. I started working a day job managing a warehouse, grocery warehouse. And that was cool because it was morning, so I would just do comedy at night. Started getting booked more, quit that job, started another one. That's what I did for the last 2 years. And that's what I planned on doing until I found Hollywood comedy. And once I started coming here, I fell in love. This is my favorite spot to come to.
It's home for you.
As soon as I walked in, there was a bunch of my friends, and just people I knew, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be fun. And it was. And then I came the next day, it was a bunch of different of my friends. People I hadn't seen in forever. So I started coming every day. I saw they were looking for hosts. I started hosting. I've hosted for a long time. I produced my own shows. I did that throughout the quarantine. I made my own outside shows. I do a lot of comedy. I chose this place. I love it. So now I manage from here. I'm here every day, working.
And
Favorite thing to do.
Instagram, KC Does Comedy.
Yes.
Awesome.
What's your Instagram?
And your Instagram?
Instagram is so long. It's BILEKOAZIZAWISSA Junior. Believe you.
Baleko Weezer Jr.
Yeah.
Oh my god, my head hurts,
If
man.
you just do Baleko, I pop up. I promise. BILEKO. I'm the only one.
Okay,
No,
okay,
No one
good.
else.
Oh my god, yeah. You gotta learn from Casey, man. His is easy. He's like, Casey Does Comedy. I mean, that's.
Sticks.
Oh, I'm trying to prove a point to people back home. There's the people that live over. Yeah, that's why. That's why.
Falling back on the foreign crush, right?
sir.
Yeah.
You know, hopefully,
They're like, I do it for the people back home.
Right.
They're like, no, I'm just confusing everyone here. That's my audience, right? All good. And I see Pugsley being a horror there and going from person to person.
He's awesome. He's awesome.
He's been on stage.
Oh, sure,
He's already
yeah.
on stage. Yeah, it's hilarious.
He is a ham. If you tell him to look at the camera, he'll look at the camera. That's how much of a ham he is.
I'm
Yeah.
ready for my close up.
I know, exactly. It is how he is, yeah. I'm like, it's not all about you, Pugsley, but, Jiaoying, the owner, the visionary, the person that brought this together to create this happy place for so many comedians. Tell us, what is your vision? I hear expansion. I hear knocking down this wall to maybe double the size.
Yes, that's. I think the heart of comedy is very special in my heart. I started doing comedy. I think November of 2019. After I had my son, I think even like 5 years ago, one of my friends, he actually told me that I should do comedy. My acting coach, Howard Fine, while I was doing acting, he's like, you should be doing comedy. You do very good comedy. And then I was like, I don't know. And my friend, John Singleton, he's a director. And he did Boys in the Hood. He's a very good friend of mine. And I remember 6 years ago at Marina Del Rey on his boat with our friend, he was showing me a clip of Ali Wong. When Ali Wong wasn't as very popular as she is now, but she's also very good back then. And he's like, oh my God, I love her. And you just, like, when I see her, I think about you. Because you guys have, like, the same kind of aggressive humor. When you, I'm like, no, I can't do what she does. This is crazy. This is difficult. I won't do it. He's like, you have to try at least, because you will be good at it. I'm like, no, hell no. I can't do it. I don't believe I can do it. I can barely speak English. Always gonna laugh at me because I'm stupid, not because I'm funny. I remember we check in, we have lunch, you just keep like the last thing he before we leave is like, have you gone to open mic? I'm like, no, I would never do that. And the last time was when we talked, he wanted to see my son, who was still a very young infant, and we were having lunch. And the next thing I know, he's like, you better go to open mic before the lunch. And then I just found out he died from a heart attack running in Florida. Running, and he died when he was running. He was in the ICU for a while, but he did not make it. After I heard that, I just wrote out a text like, you better go to open mic when I see you. I'm like, I don't want him to haunt me before I go to open mic. I'm going to open mic right now because life is so short. And
Amen.
John Singleton thinks, oh, I'm talented. He's probably not lying. I went to my first open mic, and I bombed like crazy. I don't know what I said. I was awfully unfunny. And I was a disaster. I just went on stage. I feel like a stupid person who's not speaking. I don't know what I did. And I liked it, actually. I felt liberating. I felt like I spit some poison out.
It was cathartic.
Yeah, I didn't even... It was very bad, I know. But I went back. I did one more time. Then I started trying to go all the open mics in LA, all day when I can.
So you got the bug. You got addicted.
Yeah, addicted because I like to be abused because I'm a Chinese girl. And like, tell me I'm a garbage when I get an A- mom. Like, I'm sorry, Dad, I'm bad. It's like the Chinese girl is like, I fucked that up. I bombed it. I'm gonna come back.
You probably did just fine, but in your head,
Right. Never good
it
enough.
kind of like you get it too, right? You get
Never
it.
good enough.
Yeah, medical school. You didn't go to med school.
Oh, you're
Shame on you. You're a failure.
Fucking killings are.
Yes. Oh my God. Yeah, that just triggered something in you, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just like, yeah, that, wow.
Yeah, I'm doing the 10,000-hour thing, and I'm driving to Santa Monica, to Burbank. I'm not having enough time to even be on stage. And all our lottery mics, you can't really get on. You can sit there for 4 hours and do that. I'm like, I need to be on the stage all day, every day, so I can become good. I'm like, let me open my own place. Then I start searching for spaces. It has to be on Melrose, but I wanted it to be further away from WeHo. I want to be like a Larchmont area. Then I found this place, and there is a clothing shop. It's white like a bleached asshole. Like it's white. It's like a
Bleached asshole.
Yes.
like a hippie,
Yes.
like a gypsy shit. Like I'm like, oh.
Yes, those typical gypsy type clothing stores, huh?
Like a fur. I'm like, oh, you're selling fur in LA. That's why you are clothing, honey. You don't sell fur in LA. So,
That's so true.
Did you have PETA come after you? PETA.
I know, right? I'm like,
For the ethical treatment of
exactly.
animals.
That's why they're closing. I'm like, honey, you don't sell fur in LA. You know? So I just paint everything black. Make a little black theater and did the. And then that's actually for me.
You see
to do
that?
My open mic. And I started, and then I wanted to do. We already have the kind of the open mic business in LA. We have some people that are doing very well.
But you did it better, right, Jiaoying?
I don't know about better, but I want to treat comedians like humans.
Yeah.
Because other places you are 3 minutes late, they lock the door, you pay, but you can't come in.
It's a very negative atmosphere for
Yeah.
something that's supposed to be happy and
You
funny.
want to make sure that you are small.
I did notice that.
You should feel small, you are a comedian, you are open micer, they want you to feel small. And I do not want people to be locked up because they are 5 minutes late.
Yeah.
I don't want people to be banned because they have different views from the owner of the mic place. Like they should say whatever the fuck they want to say as long as they're not
Amen.
offending anybody or trying to be abusive.
Right.
They can have the stupid beliefs, but as long as they are not bullying other people or being disrespectful. And
Yeah.
just, we have a Trump supporter. He's like he's banned from other places. He just talk about he's Mexican. He likes Trump. I'm like, I want people to talk what they want to talk. That's
Absolutely.
gonna stop
I'm a
people
Trump
from
supporter.
shooting people. Because, right? If
No,
you
no,
want to
absolutely.
talk about how
Yeah.
much you love Trump, they may shoot somebody. Like,
Mhm.
Let them talk. They are human. That's America. We have to respect people's views.
Amen.
We don't have to agree, but we have to respect them and give them the right to speak. They're not trying to convert you. They don't
Yeah.
tell you
They're
fuck
just
you.
speaking their truth.
Exactly. Let them talk.
And it's comedy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like it's not doing it at town.
Yeah.
You're not doing
Don't
it at
ban
town hall.
people. Don't
Yeah.
ban people for not saying what you want them to say. It's become like it's just I come from a communist country, but like they are trying to be like you can't say this.
Right.
Yeah. The censorship is scary, right?
They don't, like,
And it's killing the humor.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
We should be able to laugh at ourselves. That is the greatest gift that God gave us, is looking at ourselves and not taking ourselves too seriously.
And it's in a comedy club. It's comedy.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like we're not like in medical school. You know what I'm saying? Right?
It always goes back to medical
always
school.
goes back to that.
Oh my goodness, that's some deep-seated issues right there.
But like one thing Casey's real good at, like somebody will come here and we'll try to make them feel welcome, make them feel welcome, and it's like no, keep coming back.
Yeah.
Even if they bomb or everybody bombs, I don't care
Yeah.
who you are, everybody. And
Mhm.
like I don't know.
Punk is good. You're trying out new shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're trying out old shit that's trying to make it work.
You fail forward, right?
Yeah, right, exactly.
That's the most important thing in growing a craft. You will always trip up, but you have to get back up.
Wow.
And you provide a safe space for people
And
to.
safety is what we
Yeah.
have to do, and we is trying to make all the hosts know the tools to protect the comedians from feeling like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm on the spot. So they just
Mhm.
know this is home.
Yeah.
Work your craft and do your thing.
Right.
It's so beautiful. So I love it. So when are we gonna have the double expansion, Jiaoying?
As soon as that the pandemic is over, or we have the booster shot, and when Dr. Fauci said it's going to be better in the spring of 2020,
So that's like never. Right?
hopefully spring.
Yeah,
that's,
hopefully.
Expansion, and Milico will be helping me running the Culver City Club.
Yes. So tell us a little bit about that. You got Culver City you're looking at, and another one, right? Too. And Sherman Oaks. Yes.
Sherman Oaks. But the Culver City one, Milico and I, we all went to see the building, and he likes it, and he thinks that we can really make it work. He has some very good visions.
Yeah.
We have some vendors in the back selling
Yeah.
food,
Yeah.
because it's a beautiful backyard, a freestanding building, and it's just going to take us time to decide the time to start renovation. Because for me, it's like I don't do things. If I do it, I'll do it. Like if I say that we are gonna renovate, we'll open in 1 week. Because
Yes.
nobody's sleeping. I'm not.
Yeah.
I can't because I'm a psycho.
So Casey, let me get sleep.
This
Right.
Yeah.
feels like if we are gonna open a spot, we'll all go there,
Right.
and then my Chinese, American, whatever people, Taiwan. Hunter, he's gonna do his shit. He's had his big dog, the Schnauzer,
Yeah.
and we are gonna get.
So the dog helps out too. He
the
goes
dog,
in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he knows a place to poop. He knows where to poop.
Yeah.
So it'll be done in 1 week. We open the next week. We
Oh,
open
I love it.
I'll have flowers ready. I'll standing there like drinking champagne and fall down the next day. But you won't know.
Yeah, you're such a doer. That's what I love about Jiaoying.
Yeah.
I mean, look at that, visionary and a doer. That's a rare combo.
She has no idea how many people she helps.
Right.
Oh.
I think she knows, but I don't think she knows how many people she helps out. You know
That
about a lot
make
of
me
people.
feel like I should not cry tonight when you say that.
Sorry, you gotta cry. You helped out a lot. I'm telling you.
Yeah, don't ruin your makeup, okay?
Oh,
Watch those tears, but super excited. So keep us posted on the openings of those new locations.
we will.
And, I'm excited to hear the show. So thank you for
Thanks
talking.
Thanks for
It's always
interviewing us.
gonna be under Summers Comedy as a mother company, and then all of our comedy clubs is gonna named after the city and the location.
Yes, so it's going to follow the same format. I noticed the same branding.
Yes.
So what will be the...
He loves it.
Yeah.
Mark's like, same branding, good job.
Yeah, I know it's an Asian thing. We're like, oh my God, it's order, structure, wow.
Yeah.
So we'll be Culver City, TCCC.
Yeah,
It'll be the Culver City Comedy.
Yeah.
And then Sherman Oaks, TSHC.
I think the Valley Comedy.
The Valley Comedy. What if you get another...
I'm kidding.
What if you get another one in the Valley?
I think
The Valley Comedy
the
too?
Princess of the Valley is Sherman Oaks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. I know girls from Sherman Oaks get different from San Bernardino. Is it?
Yeah.
San Bernardino.
San Bernardino is pretty trashy. Okay, they're very different. Very different.
Because we're just gonna be one valley and in Sherman Oaks.
Yeah.
Or Studio City, but Sherman Oaks, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
That's a good area.
Yeah.
Both cities have a lot of nightlife going on.
I think we'll all go there and have coffee.
Yeah.
Brunch.
Yeah.
Sherman Oaks.
I don't know. I'm all about the tacos here. That taco truck.
The taco-
So Jiaoying just bought me like the best. It's already inhaled. Here's some of the grilled onions, but that I had the buche burrito.
It is the best.
Yeah, and you had the buche taco. Did you like that?
I love it.
Yeah, the stomach.
I never tried it. It's the best.
So
Have that
good.
Every day out here.
Every day. We're so fortunate.
Yeah, it's I was wondering why you're not 300 pounds. I mean, if I was here, I'd get really fat
All I
just from
eat.
that
Right.
taco truck.
You laugh and burn the stars.
Right.
That is
true.
Yeah,
This
that's
one
right.
listens to jokes.
All I do all day is the
Yeah. So the question is, you actually do you have any scientific proof on the burning of more calories when you laugh? Do you have the actual
I'm very skinny.
like?
Yeah.
Well, that's anecdotal, but you're Mr. Two Masters. You should know this stuff.
So I didn't study this, but I'll tell you this. You can just tell, like, your endorphins, you feel better.
That's
right?
true.
You look better, and you can just see the difference. And Casey, John, you guys see, like, when comics come here, and the people that continue to come back, you can just see a difference in them. Like, their confidence is up, they're happier,
Yeah.
they're more sociable. Like, you can see their confidence goes up when they go at other places.
Yeah.
And they start talking about, no, man, how the comedy? Like, I was at Huntington Beach yesterday, and comics were talking about this place.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah. That's what I just wanted to tell you,
Yeah.
like the hosting. There's people there that are like, I was talking to them in comments about the hosting. They were like, okay, let me know. I'm
I'm so
looking up.
flattered.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
at the beach. Like, people I've never met before.
Let me flatter you some more. One of my friends who I complete that because I'm the president of the Chinese American Citizens Alliance down in Orange County. My other counterpart that is from LA, when I posted the interview that we did over Zoom and did the article, he wrote me. He's like, I'm a huge fan of Jiaoying Summers. He loves you.
Oh my god. For
Yeah.
TikTok?
Yeah, probably.
Oh my goodness. You should
Yeah.
come to my show with you.
Yes. So I'll let him know.
Yeah.
He's gonna be very jealous I did this interview. Just so you know.
That's good.
I mean, Pugsy, he kissed me more than
Yeah.
anyone ever did.
Pugsley is
Look at
so
Like,
kissed
like,
out.
Practically, it's like, he's
Yeah,
like,
Cuddled
see,
up on my
he'll
rug.
kind of-
I will find you and lick you. That's what
Yeah.
he does.
Yeah, he does like your rug. Look at that. He always goes to like a soft spot or
He knows-
thing with
Feel good, I gotta
texture.
keep it clean.
Yeah, it's surprisingly clean. What do you do? Like,
I beat
No,
them out
wash
every
it.
morning.
you beat it out. That's what you do to your kids. That's how you keep them clean too, right?
Oh, man.
Especially these two that got the parental.
Yeah. The orange, oh no.
Yes, I just love the button top shirt.
Yes,
I mean,
you have to.
he is that screams master's degree right there. So.
Well, look
Yeah.
at this one.
Yeah, this
is
one too,
always-
right? Yeah.
So we're
These
trying
are-
to be better.
I,
Yeah.
I don't.
That's why I'm out of the shop.
He's like,
Here's
no.
the cool one, in case he's the cool one. Here's the cool one.
Anyone with tie dye or a form of tie dye is good in my book.
This is my friend's podcast.
Fresh Prince of TC.
You're the Fresh Prince of TC.
Oh, French.
That's hilarious.
I love it.
The Fresh Prince.
Yeah.
What do you see?
Will Smith, eat your heart out, right?
Right.
No more. All right. Okay, so let's get to the show. I'm excited.
Yes.
Let's